Peace, love, and full moon blessings, everyone. I'm Renee. I want to welcome you to my channel, The Hermit's Moon. We're here to do the full moon in Scorpio reading. The full moon is in the United States. It's Thursday, and it takes place actually at 6:45 Eastern Standard Time. So it's going to be early in the morning when those energies are fully manifesting. But the Scorpio energy is about change, transformation, death, and rebirth. I went ahead and I put the death card on the table because that is the Scorpio major arcana. We're going to pull that Scorpio energy in for us and see as a collective what needs to be transformed within us. How do we do it? So I don't want anybody to be intimidated by the death card out there. I know if you're new to tarot, a lot of people don't like this card. But, you know, there are no bad cards in the deck, guys. And this is Scorpio energy. This card only represents change and transformation, which is something I think all of us are kind of looking forward to. Now, I have already said a blessing over the cards, and I have cleared the space. I want y'all to keep in mind this is a reading for the collective. It's going to be very general. If something doesn't resonate with you, don't worry about it at all. That reading, part of the reading just wasn't meant for you. But I'm going to do a much more in-depth reading on my Patreon. So if you are into this type of a reading, if it's something that really resonates with you, I invite you to go ahead, join me on Patreon, guys. Check it out. See if it's something you'd be interested in joining. We usually go a little bit deeper on Patreon than we do YouTube. But Spirit, as a collective, what do we need to know during this Scorpio full moon? What do we need to transform? How do we need to do it? How do we need to change and rebirth ourselves? Please give us the guidance needed. Okay, we're just going to give the cards a really good shuffle here. If you're new to my channel, I also invite you to go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you be a part of my Moonshine Tribe. We're just going to pull one card here. This is the Halloween Oracle. I decided to use this deck because it's kind of dark, and Scorpio energy is a little bit dark, so I thought it would be a really appropriate deck to use. Now, we are using this, just trying to get some what is the general vibe of this Scorpio moon? And we have zombie, control. This is definitely some Scorpio energy here. I feel like we all have felt like things have been a little bit out of our control lately. At the time that I'm filming this reading, the pandemic's going on. We've been quarantined. People have lost jobs, they've lost income, maybe it's taken a toll on some relationships. So maybe what you're wanting to do is gain back some control, which I think is a typical Scorpio trait. I think they generally, you know, that is a fixed sign in the zodiac. It's, you know, the King of Cups is Scorpio energy as well. That's about mastery. So I really feel like right now we are seeking control in our lives, control over what we need to change and how we need to do it. This is a card about taking action, about not just letting life happen to us, but to really take the steps to really manifest and make the best life possible for us. Beautiful. Thank you for that, Spirit. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull the tarot cards. Spirit, what do we need to know during this beautiful Scorpio full moon? I'm going to pull 3 cards, guys, and as I lay them out, I will tell you what each of the position means and how that card relates to the position. Now, on my Patreon, we're going to be pulling probably about 12 cards, so it's going to be a much more in-depth reading, as I said, so keep that in mind if you get some vibes here and you'd like a little bit more information. Okay. Our first card, we have 2 of Cups, beautiful. Love energy on the table. We have the 8 of Pentacles. And we have 8 of Swords. So right away, y'all, I'm seeing 8s, okay? We have 2 8s on the table. Now, 8s are about power, authority, and control. So here, you guys, look, we are getting confirmation and validation that we are really ready to take back control over our lives. We're wanting to transform and be the boss, be the leader, be the one who is in control of our life. So if you are feeling that, it's really, this is resonating with you. This is actually probably making a lot of sense. So don't be ashamed of that. Don't be worried about it. It's perfectly natural for you to feel that way. Thank you, Spirit, for that validation. Okay, our first card, the Two of Cups. What part of me is being left behind? What part must die in order to be reborn anew? And then we have this Two of Cups. Now, this is usually a love and a partnership card. Maybe there's been a relationship in your life that is no longer serving you. Maybe it's holding you back. Maybe this is a business relationship, and this doesn't have to be about just love. It can absolutely be a partner. It can, for some of you, this is going to make perfect sense. Maybe you've been in a stale relationship and you're ready to level up. Maybe this person has not necessarily been the soulmate that you had hoped it would be. Maybe this is just time for you to maybe seek out on your own, do your own thing, explore yourself for a while. But what part must die in order to be reborn? This is also about communication. Maybe you have not been communicating to the universe about what it is you really want to change in your life. Maybe it's time for you to sit down and do some thinking about what you need to do in order to make this death happen, this death to the old way, and really take control of the relationship, whether it's business, love, the way you're communicating with spirit, and really be proactive and move forward. But this is something that needs to die. This needs to change. So I invite you right now, especially at the full moon, this is a great time for us to do a spiritual bath, a spiritual cleansing, sage our homes, get rid of the old energy. A cycle is ending at the full moon. It's coming to a completion. So go ahead and put this energy to rest, okay, and begin anew. Begin communicating better, write better petitions, say better prayers, set better intentions for yourself on what you want to manifest, and be that co-creator with spirit. Okay, our second card is the Eight of Pentacles. What part has been sleeping? What part of me is slowly gaining strength, waiting to be reborn? Now, the Eight of Pentacles is about working on your goals, your dreams, but it's about putting in the hard work, and it's about really sticking to it. Maybe some of you have had this goal and this dream for a while, and maybe you have been talking to the universe, putting those petitions out there, but then you just kind of get stagnant and stale with it, and you just that's as far as it goes. Like I said, y'all, we are co-creators with the universe. That means we need to be doing our part. We have to put the work in, whether it's our personal development, a job, a business, our love life, doesn't matter what it is. Spirit expects you to show up and expects you to put the work in as well. Nothing worth having comes easy. So keep that in mind, guys. But this is a part of you that's really ready to gain strength. It's really ready for you to pick up momentum, and it's going to be the game changer. If you put the work in, those goals are going to come to pass. Our third card is the Eight of Swords. Where will I cross the threshold? What must be crossed in order for this rebirth to happen? Now, the Eight of Swords is about self-sabotage. It's about holding yourself back. Like I said, maybe you have not been putting in the work that this Eight of Pentacles is telling you needs to happen and needs to take place in order for these goals to be reached. You've got to get out of that self-sabotage mode. In the traditional tarot deck, you really can't see it in this one as well. But these swords are circled around her. She has a blindfold on that's loosely tied, and her hands are loosely tied. If she wanted to break free, she very easily could. She could slip through the swords, and she could be on her way, making progress. But she chooses to stay there. So if you've been dealing with procrastination, if you've been dealing with bad habits that aren't helping you to become your highest and greatest good, to become your best self, you've got to cross this, guys. This is what you need. This is the threshold that you need to pass, the hurdle you need to jump over, is you've got to make yourself stop sabotaging your joy and your happiness. It's going to happen if you put the work in. But you have to show up, and you have to be the one putting in that work. No one can do it for you. Spirit can do anything, don't get me wrong. But maybe Spirit is willing to say, okay, what are you willing to do? Show me how bad you want this. Show up. Be the co-creator. Okay, we're going to pull a card from the Butterfly Oracle deck, Changes for Life. or 4 life changes. And this is going to be what we can do to aid or ease this transition, how we can help this energy of change, how we can help move it along. So Spirit, what do we need to know during the Scorpio full moon? To progress, to aid this, to help it along. Just going to take one card. End of an era. Beautiful, guys. Like I said, the full moon is a time of completion. It's about a cycle ending and another one beginning. So this is going to be the end of an era. If you have been in this self-sabotage phase, if you've been being lazy about your goals and how to work on them, Spirit is going to help you move past these energies. They're going to help you cross that threshold, cross that hurdle. Be open and willing to do the work and receive the help from Spirit. But this is a good thing, guys. This is absolutely the Death card coming in. This is what the Death card is all about. It's not about a physical death. It is about change and transformation and about a new beginning, which is something I think, especially right now, at the time this video is being filmed during the pandemic, quarantine being lifted. This is all about change coming in, and we want it to be the most positive change that we can make it be. So show up, guys. Show up and do the work, and Spirit will meet you halfway. Beautiful, beautiful messages, Spirit. We thank you so much. Guys, I hope this reading resonated with you. I hope it made sense, and I hope it blessed you. I hope that you take some time right now, do some full moon rituals, do, like I said, a spiritual bath, a spiritual cleansing of your home, your space. You clean yourself, wash off all the old, dirty, self-sabotaging energies that are around you. Take a spiritual bath, get rid of that, and be ready for that new era that this moon is going to usher in. What a beautiful, beautiful blessing, a beautiful message for all of us. Guys, like I said, I hope this reading resonated with you. I'm wishing you full moon blessings in Scorpio. I love you all. I'm wishing you joy, love, health, and wealth. Namaste. Mwah.